And here is another difference between a student and a learner. A student sees that end goal, but they don't really know what it's going to look like. A learner doesn't know either. But a student believes what other people tell him or her about the end goal. For example, you go to any website where any course or program is sold, and you're going to see promises. By the end of the program, you are going to have learned how to. There are a lot of promises. You're going to become confident. You're going to learn to deliver powerful presentations. You're going to learn to drive. You're going to learn to play the guitar. You're going to become a virtuoso, etc., etc., etc. There are lots of promises. And a student believes those promises. So they think that the end goal of their learning process is what they see on the website. They're going to tick all the boxes. They're going to hit all those targets. And that's what motivates them to move forward. They believe what they see. A learner, on the other hand, is motivated by completely different things. A learner knows that what I'm going to achieve is blurry, meaning I can't see it. Yes, people tell me that this is what is possible to achieve. Maybe other people were able to achieve those things, but I'm not other people. I am me. And a learner is someone who is always interested in learning about themselves, because a learner wants to become a better learner and not to deliver powerful presentations so that they never have to deliver powerful presentations again, so that they never have to do another homework. A learner wants to become a better learner. If you are someone who wants to achieve native-like fluency, but you have never had it, how do you know what native-like fluency feels like? Let's say this is your goal. You set this goal for yourself. How do you know that you have achieved it if you have never had it? You don't know what it feels like. You don't know how much effort it takes. You don't know how much self-discipline it takes. You don't know how frustrating it can be. You don't know what it looks like, what you look like when you have achieved native-like fluency. You don't know how other people see you. You don't know how it feels to understand other people effortlessly. You don't know how it feels to think in a foreign language. You have no idea what this is. So when you set this goal for yourself, it's very blurry. It's very vague. It's very, I would say, not abstract, not concrete. But a student doesn't see that. And a learner is very well aware of that. That's why they agree to play this game, this infinite game of practice. And they know that the better it gets, the better it can get. Instead of trying to achieve that result so that they never have to do any more steps to achieve the result, they invest in building practice routines and systems. And a student goes all in to achieve that goal, even if they have to sacrifice other areas of their life. Maybe they need to sacrifice sleep. Maybe they need to sacrifice their relationships with their loved ones. Maybe they need to sacrifice their performance at work, but they go all in because they have a goal in mind. And look, there is nothing wrong with that. Let's say you are someone who is planning to relocate to a different country, and one of the requirements for your work visa, let's say, is that you need to pass the IELTS exam. And the exam is next month. If I were you, I would also go all in and spend all my time getting ready for this exam because I have a deadline. And that's okay. In different situations, we have different priorities, and it's very important to recognize what season are you in. If you think about your life in terms of seasons, what season am I in right now? Sometimes we're in a very busy season, and sometimes we're in a family season, and sometimes children are born, and then it's a completely different season in life. Sometimes you have to take quick action, like in this scenario, and sometimes you need to figure out how to organize your life so that you're content with your lifestyle. It's a different season. Depending on your priorities, you need to adjust accordingly. I'm not saying that this is the only right way to go, and this is something that you have to ditch completely. I'm saying that you need to know when to apply what. But to me personally, this is a short-term strategy, always. I needed to achieve a goal. It's a very specific goal that will allow me to move forward. And this is a long-term strategy. I invest in being a better learner so that I can learn anything, and not so that I can finally stop learning and stop practicing and stop taking classes and stop doing those exercises. That's not my goal. My goal is effortlessness. My running coach used to say that when she saw me struggle with running, she used to say, you need to run in such a way that you apply a lot of effort, effortlessly. And that's what mastering virtuosity is to me. And this is what I'm practicing here. When I practice becoming a better learner, I want to apply a lot of effort effortlessly. I'm not saying that I want to stop applying any effort. And to me, when something is effortless, it doesn't mean that it's without effort. It means that a person has practiced enough and they have put in enough effort to make it look effortless. But they are applying a lot of effort. It's just that they're applying a lot of effort a lot faster than a beginner would do, let's say. What it takes a beginner a few years to do, it takes a master a few seconds to do. If you start practicing an exercise, let's say you start reading out loud in English, it might take forever at the very beginning of your practice. People who start this exercise, and I recommend this exercise all the time, start reading out loud. People who start doing this exercise say that it's an easy exercise. I can do it. Everybody can read. What's the point? Are you telling me that I cannot read? Of course I can. So I'm going to just open the book and read it. What's difficult about this exercise? When I start explaining to them what they need to achieve as they do this exercise, and what they need to achieve is they need to show the person who is listening what the story is. A person who is listening to you needs to be able to see the story. Imagine you're listening to an audiobook. Even though you do not see the text in front of you, you can still see the picture very clearly. And that's how you need to read, so that people who don't have the text, because you have seen the text many times, you have practiced, you have looked at it, you have a chance to open the book and look at it again. Those people who listen to you, they don't have this opportunity. So you need to read in such a way that they can see the story. And that's a difficult task. So when people start doing this exercise, they find that it can take them up to 40 minutes to practice with just one paragraph. So I tell them, read half a paragraph, read 2 sentences if 40 minutes is something you cannot afford. But as you continue practicing, what used to take you 40 minutes will take you 1 in the future. And that's the whole point. Now, when I read out loud, it takes me so much less time to understand what I'm reading and to be able to deliver to people who haven't seen the same text that I have seen. To wrap it up, a learner always invests in building a system, building a practice routine, and a student invests in a course that they know is going to be over.